Hey, I'm Lemmond, and welcome back to another Network Plus CertMaster Labs from CompTIA. We are doing lab number 2.9, Explore Physical Connectivity number 1. In this lab, we are going to explore different methods in troubleshooting network communication problems that may result in such things as bad network cards and cables. While troubleshooting, we are going to use the ping command. We are going to also be using the link and network activity lights that are on network cards and switches, and the Windows settings app. We're also going to be using things like network diagrams and writing schematics as needed. Now this is really long, so I'm only going to kind of touch on some things and then we're going to get started. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to view the current state of the first 6 ports on the Cisco switch. Then we're going to determine which computers are plugged into ports 1 and 3. We will use this diagram in order to ping every single thing to see which ones have an up status or which one has connectivity and which ones do not. We will do this from the admin, but first we must check and make sure the admin computer also has connectivity, so we will do that as well. Then we will go to the troubled computers, open them up, see if they have connection, and troubleshoot to figure out if it's going to be a faulty connection with a cable, bad NIC, or if it's a faulty port on the switch. We will go to the next one and we will do the same exact thing on the hardware in Office 1. We will then test everything to make sure that our fixes are solid while answering the questions that it provides. We will then do one final ping of all of the different IP addresses that we need to determine that they are all working. So this one is definitely a lot more involved and a lot more longer than the other ones, and I think that this is probably the most real lab that we've done so far. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. I'm going to try to walk through it as best I can, but trying not to go slow. So we need to view the current state. So we need to go to the network closet, to the hardware, and then we're going to zoom in here and we're going to see our patch panel. Remember, the patch panel is where all the cables from the walls and rooms come together. And then we have a cable that connects the patch panel to the switch, which then gives us access to everything else. So what we're going to do is that the left light is on, then you know that it's plugged on and it's turned on. Okay, if the right light is on, that means that there's connectivity on and the device is active. Okay, so we have device or port 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The only reason I'm looking at the 6 is because I know that questions 1 through 3 is asking for that. So let's go ahead and answer those. So which of the following ports on the Cisco switch are plugged in and turned on? So 4, 5, and 6 are plugged in and turned on. I know that based off of the left light. Which of the following ports on the Cisco switch are showing signs of network traffic? That would again be 4, 5, and 6 because of the blinking light. Which of the following ports of the Cisco switch are plugged in but are not showing signs of power or connectivity? That would be ports 1 and 3. So we're going to go ahead and click 1 and 3. Okay, so let's minimize these questions. Now let's go to the next one. It wants us to determine which computers are on or plugged into ports 1 and 3 on the switch. The way we're going to do this is we have to figure out where these cables are going from the patch panel. So we'll click it and then it should highlight. Now in real life, we would just literally follow the cable if it was a short distance, or we'd be able to see that as long as the patch panel is labeled correctly. Or if it's really long, we'll use I can't remember the tool, but you plug one end on and it sends a frequency through it, so that way you can tell where the other end is. Okay, but because of this lab, we know exactly where it's at. We just highlight it. So we have port 1 is the executive office, and then port 3 is office 1. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Let's answer question number 4. Which computers are attached to ports 1 and 3? That would be this one. All right, here is our chart, our diagram right here with the correct ports and all of the IP addresses. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the administration terminal, and we are going to ping all of these right here. step number 4 is telling us where to go and how to get there. And step number 5 is telling us how to inspect, because we have to make sure that the administration hardware is also connected and that we have no problems with it. But there shouldn't be, because there wasn't a problem on the switch with it. But anyway, we'll double check. Okay, we have connectivity. We can click here, the IT admin, and we are connected. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into our terminal, which is our next spot, and we are going to ping all of these. So we're going to do ping. Whoops. Why is that not working? Okay. Let's try it again. There it goes. I don't know what happened there. All right. So we have ping 192.168.0.30. And 100% loss, so it is not connected, it is not reachable. I'm going to do an up arrow key so that way I can use the last command I just put in, and we're going to do 34 because IP address is the same except for the last octet. Okay, 100% loss. Now all of these other ones should be connected because the switch showed that they were connected. So if they're not, that means there's an issue going on that's not the switch or related to the switch. Okay, so we're gonna double check. We're gonna hit 10, 100%. Okay, so 100% loss. Sorry, 0% loss means that it is connected. So we're gonna do ping 198.168. Oops. 198.28.56.1. Okay, 0% loss. We're good. And we need it to be 17 now. 0% loss. We are good. And then we need to ping our ISP, which is going to be 163.128.1.1. Oh, I forgot the ping command. I just put in a just an IP address. 163.128.1.1 and 100%. We are 0% loss, so 100% went through. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So now this is just telling us how to get and how to work the diagram. Step 5 is telling us how to check for connectivity for the computer that we just used. So now let's move on to number 6, where we are going to go to the executive office and we are going to inspect its hardware and see what's going on. Executive office hardware. Let's check it out in the back. We got no lights going on, and we have no internet connection. So first thing that we're going to do is that we're going to check the cable. We're going to check the cable. So it can either be a faulty cable, a bad NIC card, or a faulty dispatch from the switch port. So let's take this, and we are going to well, I guess honestly we could just do this, because if it immediately works, then we know it's not the cable. Okay, so we know it's not the cable. We could have tested out the cable, but that worked just as well as well. Okay, fantastic. And I believe that's what it wanted us to do as well. Let's see here, zoom in. We did that. Test. Let's see if it's a bad NIC. Drag the cable from the existing location onto the on port. The on port. The onboard port is the motherboard. So now we can answer this question. Oh, sorry, we forgot to answer question 5. Which computers could not be reached using the ping command? Well, these two, obviously, because those are also the 2 ports that are not working. Okay, this tells us that the connection to the ISP is not working. No, ISP is totally fine. Okay, all systems that were successfully pinged are functional. Yes. The 2 workstations do not have access to the internet. Correct. The network router is off. Nope. If that was off, then we would not be able to reach our ISP. Okay. After moving the Ethernet cable, which is what we just did, you can conclude that the state of the link is it was a bad network card. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to close this and we're going to double check our work. We're going to go into here and we'll check this. We have internet connection, and we'll go to the terminal. And let's ping right here, which is going to be 192.168.0.10 and 100%, or sorry, 0% loss, which means it went through completely. All 4 packets went through. Okay. Now let's ping our ISP. So we're going to do ping, and we're going to do 163.128.1.1. Boom. Okay, we're good. We're good. So let's keep going. Close out of this. And now it's time for us to go to Office 1. We need to see what's going on in Office 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and inspect Office 1. We have no lights. And we have no internet. So, and we do not have a NIC. So there's no reason to doing that. So let's test the cable. Okay, so we're going to pull the cable out. And we're going to replace it. So we're going to put a new cable in. Still no lights. Now, I don't think it's asking for us to do this, but we are going to go ahead and put in a NIC to see if that works as well. Chances are that there's still going to be no change, but we're still going to, just do our due diligence. Yeah, still no change. So let's connect it back here. There's no reason for that NIC. So that means that our issue is at the closet. So we're going to go back to the closet. And let's double check our executive. So our executive is working. We have our light on, it's blinking, but our light for 3 is not. So we're going to pull this one out. We're going to drop down the cables. And we're going to use our Cat 6A. And we're working. It is on. Fantastic. But we're not done yet. We have to go back to Office 1 and we need to ping Office 1, which is itself, the executive computer, which is the other one that was having troubles, and then the ISP. So we're in Office 1, right click, open terminal, ping 192.168.0.30, 0% loss. That means all packets went through. Okay. And then we want to do that one. Okay, that is the executive office. Everything's good. Now we're going to do ping. This is for the ISP. So that's right here. 163.128.1.1. And we are good. Let's make sure we answered all the questions. And let's test it. Let's get our score. A 100%. Were you expecting anything less? Okay, if you like the video, like and subscribe so that way you don't miss out on further content. Remember, work with what you got and build what you need, and I will catch you in the next one.